FIFA's decision to host the 2022 World Cup in Qatar was met with a lot of controversy. Prior to hosting the competition there, Qatar wasn't really known as a tourist destination. It was more of a stopover point for people who are traveling on long distance flights between destinations. I had the chance to stop over there for 18 hours and actually left the airport to go and explore the city of Doha and understand a bit more about the culture in the region. When you first arrive in Doha, you're going to go through Hamad International Airport, which is the world's #1 ranked airport. This airport is absolutely massive, huge. If you are doing a long layover in Doha and you want to stay in the airport, there are hotels there that you can book into in advance. And there's also massive airport lounges, which again, you need to book into in advance. If you want to explore the city, you should get the metro out from the airport and you can get that all around the town. One of the stops on the metro line that I went to that I'd recommend everybody sees at some point is Souk Waqif. This is one of the most popular market type areas in the city. There's lots of art galleries there. But if you are really into art, then I would recommend also visiting the Museum of Islamic Art. Now, this is quite a futuristic looking museum, as is a lot of the structures in Qatar. But the Museum of Islamic Art also has different artwork from around history, from different periods of civilization as well. So it's a really interesting thing to go and visit. And you can see out from the cafe there, you can see out into the rest of the city, which makes for some amazing views. The newest museum is the National Museum of Qatar, and again, has quite a futuristic look to it. I was more interested in viewing the Islamic Art Museum, so I didn't go and see the National Museum, but definitely recommend if you are there, take the time to go and see both if you do have the time to do that. If you walk along the coast of the river in Doha, you'll be walking along what's known as the Corniche. The Corniche was also home to the FIFA World Cup countdown and had flags of all of the competing nations. From the Corniche, you can see the business district across the river. The best way to experience that though is to actually go through it, drive through the business district. You will see just the sheer scale and size of some of the buildings that they have there, the futuristic look of all of them, and the structures and layouts of everything in Doha look pretty amazing. If you're not massively into business and financial district and that type of stuff, then I recommend taking a visit to Katara Cultural Village. This is a village setting by the waterfront, which has an amphitheater nearby, one of the largest mosques in the city, and also has an actual beach, which is artificial sand, but still a beach for you to go and visit if you have some free time. When you're first flying into Doha, one of the most amazing, spectacular sights you'll see is Pearl Island. Now, this is an artificial island that's been built in Qatar and very similar to the Palm, if you've ever been to Dubai before. This is the same concept, but it's called the Pearl Island. You can visit restaurants, cafes around that area as well, so you can spend a bit of time there, but it's just a really cool place for scenery, especially if you want to see sunsets and things like that. Once the sun has gone down, there's two things I'd recommend you do. Number one is to head to Souk Waqif and see the marketplace at night, see how vibrant the culture becomes, see how it differs to what it's like in the daytime. Definitely a great place to stop off for food as well as hearing some live music. And then I would also recommend doing a boat ride from the Corniche if you haven't already. Because the boat rides at night, you can see the whole business district lit up. Looks absolutely sensational from across the boat. So it gives you a bit of a different feel, definitely something very romantic if you're ever in the region with a partner. Now, one more suggestion I would have for someone doing a long layover is to definitely take the chance to do a desert safari if you haven't done before. I'd already done one in Dubai a few years ago, so I didn't do one on this stopover because I wanted to see some other things instead. But if you've never done one, Qatar is a great place to do this. You'll get the chance to drive around sand dunes in a 4x4 buggy. You might get the chance to do some sandboarding, Also, there'll be food, there'll be shows, lots of entertainment, and you can do half day or full day options depending on how much time you have. Now, as you know, I have been traveling all around the world and having different adventures, and I've documented all of them for this YouTube channel. If you like this video and want to see some more of my content, make sure you like and subscribe, and stick around because you'll catch me on the next video.